In a dimly lit room cluttered with wires, screens, and game consoles, 28-year-old Amelia Carter leaned back in her chair, her fingers dancing across the keyboard. Her brown eyes, sharp and focused, scanned the lines of code on the screen, searching for the vulnerability that would unlock the next level of Phantom Ops, the most popular and notoriously difficult game in the world. But Amelia wasn't just another gamer. She was a coder, a hacker, and Phantom Ops was more than a game. It was a recruitment tool. Across the globe, Phantom Ops players competed in virtual battles, but only the elite few, the ones who cracked the game's hidden codes, were invited to join the Cipher Alliance, a secret organization using gaming as a cover to train the next generation of spies. Tonight, Amelia was on the brink of something big. She had stumbled upon an encrypted message within the game's code, something different from the usual puzzles. This was a real message, not part of the game. It contained coordinates and a time, but no other explanation. Her heart raced as she copied the coordinates into a search engine. The location was a remote facility in the Arizona desert. Without thinking twice, Amelia grabbed her phone and called her best friend and fellow gamer Ethan. "Ethan, I found something in the game. It's not a joke. Coordinates to a real place. We have to check it out." On the other end, 32-year-old Ethan Stone, a tech-savvy former Marine with a knack for conspiracy theories, perked up. "Are you serious? This could be the lead we've been waiting for. I'll pick you up in an hour." The facility was heavily guarded, but Amelia and Ethan were prepared. They had spent years honing their skills, both in gaming and real-life infiltration, for a moment like this. As they slipped past the guards and into the building, they discovered a high-tech lab filled with computers, servers, and strange devices. In the center of the room stood a man in his late 40s, tall and imposing, with graying hair and a cold, calculating gaze. He was Dr. Marcus Valen, a former government scientist turned rogue. His experiments in mind control and artificial intelligence had been deemed too dangerous, but he hadn't stopped. Instead, he had gone underground, using Phantom Ops to recruit skilled operatives to further his research. Amelia and Ethan barely had time to process the situation before alarms blared and armed guards flooded the room. They fought their way out, adrenaline pumping, but not before Ethan downloaded critical data from one of the servers. As they sped away in Ethan's car, Amelia opened the file. It contained detailed plans for a project called Eclipse, a neural interface designed to control people's thoughts and actions through a virtual environment. Valen had already begun testing it on unsuspecting gamers. "This is bigger than anything we've seen before," Ethan said, gripping the steering wheel. "We have to stop him." The next morning, Amelia and Ethan met with their contact in the Cipher Alliance, 35-year-old Elena Rivera, a seasoned operative with a background in cybersecurity. She was a no-nonsense leader, but her fierce dedication to the mission was matched by her compassion for those under her command. "Elena, Valen is planning something huge," Amelia said, showing her the data. "He's using the game to experiment on people, to control them." Elena's eyes narrowed as she read through the files. "We've been tracking Valen for years, but this is the first solid lead we've had. We'll need to move fast. He can't be allowed to launch this project." The Cipher Alliance mobilized, bringing together gamers, hackers, and former military operatives. The team included 30-year-old Jade, a skilled sniper with a rebellious streak, and 40-year-old Victor, a former intelligence officer with a shadowy past. The plan was risky: infiltrate Valen's facility again, destroy the Eclipse project, and take Valen into custody. But as the team prepared, Amelia couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Chapter 4. The Betrayal. The night of the mission, the team moved in with precision. They breached the facility, disabling security systems and neutralizing guards. But when they reached the lab, Valen was waiting for them, surrounded by armed soldiers. "Did you really think it would be that easy?" Valen sneered. "I've been monitoring your every move." Suddenly, the soldiers turned their weapons on the team, not Valen's soldiers, but their own. Victor stepped forward, his expression grim. "I'm sorry, Elena, but Valen's offer was too good to refuse. You were always too idealistic." Before anyone could react, the lab erupted in chaos. Amelia and Ethan fought desperately to escape, but they were outnumbered. Elena managed to get a message out to the Cipher Alliance, calling for backup, but it was clear they were in deep trouble. As they retreated, Amelia realized the true nature of Valen's plan. He wasn't just experimenting on random gamers. He was targeting the Cipher Alliance, turning their own people against them through the Eclipse interface. Chapter 5. The Final Stand. In a last-ditch effort, the remaining members of the Cipher Alliance regrouped in an abandoned warehouse. They knew Valen would come for them, but they were determined to take him down, no matter the cost. As dawn approached, the air was thick with tension. The team had rigged the warehouse with explosives, ready to blow it up if Valen tried to take them by force. Amelia worked feverishly on her laptop, trying to find a way to disable the neural interface remotely. Finally, Valen arrived, flanked by Victor and the soldiers under his control. A fierce battle ensued, gunfire and explosions echoing through the warehouse. Jade picked off soldiers from a distance, while Ethan fought hand-to-hand with Victor, their struggle a clash of wills as much as strength. Amelia, meanwhile, hacked into the Eclipse system, her fingers flying across the keyboard. With a final keystroke, she sent a virus into the network, shutting down the neural interface and freeing the minds of those under Valen's control. As the soldiers faltered, the Cipher Alliance pressed the advantage. Valen, realizing he was beaten, tried to escape, but Elena confronted him. "This ends now, Marcus. You've destroyed too many lives." With a single decisive shot, Elena ended Valen's reign of terror. Epilogue. The Aftermath. In the days that followed, the Cipher Alliance worked to dismantle the remnants of Valen's network. Amelia and Ethan returned to their normal lives, but the bond they had forged during the mission remained. They had faced danger together, risking everything for a cause they believed in, and in the process, they had found something deeper. As they stood on a rooftop overlooking the city, the first light of dawn breaking on the horizon, Ethan took Amelia's hand. "We did it," he said softly. Amelia smiled, leaning into him. "Yeah, we did. But this is just the beginning." Their world had changed, the lines between reality and virtual blurred, but they knew one thing for certain. Whatever came next, they would face it together.